Good morning. Welcome to Every Morning Yoga. In this modern age, we find ourselves sitting a lot. We sit in front of our computers at work, our TVs at home, and our steering wheels while driving in between. This physical stagnation comprises a large part of our days and has immediate and cumulative effects that none of us would want to experience given the choice. A host of health conditions like lower back pain, pinched nerves, hip pain, knee pain, etc. can all be linked to a sedentary lifestyle. Yoga can help to alleviate and prevent symptoms of disease and degeneration. Yoga is a practice wherein the aspirant seeks to still his or her mind via synchronizing their bodily movements with their breath. The sequence presented here is my own personal practice. I have been practicing and updating for the last 23 years. If practiced regularly, you can experience immense benefits, not only helping to prevent disease and injury, but to heal pre-existing conditions. By stretching every muscle, tendon, ligament, and joint on a daily basis, we are increasing blood and lymphatic circulation and nerve conduction to previously stagnant areas, promoting healing and regeneration. Mark chapter 3, verse 5 from the King James Version says, "And when he had looked round about them with anger, being grieved for the hardness of their hearts, he saith unto the man, Stretch forth thine hand. And he stretched it out, and his hand was restored, whole as the other." Let's begin. Here we go. Come to the top of your mat. Bring your feet shoulder width apart. And then the first thing we're going to do is just inhale your arms over your head. Exhale to one side. Inhale, stand up. Exhale to the other side. Inhale to stand up. Exhale shoulder height with your hands and twist. Inhale to come forward and then exhale to twist to the other side. Inhale to come forward. Duck foot, push your hips forward, sternum up, let your head fall back, back bend, inhale. Exhale, fold for Uttanasana. Grab your big toes with your peace fingers, Padangustasana. Slide your hands underneath your feet, Padahastasana. Inhale, stand up. Spread your feet, toes out to the sides. Squat down. Turn one foot toward the other one. Reach your hand out, but don't touch the floor. Bikram triangle. Inhale, stand up, straighten that front leg, and then exhale down, triangle pose, Trikonasana. Inhale to stand up. And then exhale, twist, revolve, triangle. So switch the hands, basically. Inhale to stand up. Bend the front leg, side angle, Parsvakonasana. Parsvakonasana. Like a sundial. Inhale, stand up. Exhale, revolved side angle, Parvrita, Parsvakonasana. Inhale to stand up. Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana B. Shoulders and hips forward. Warrior 1, Virabhadrasana A. Balance on the front leg, Virabhadrasana C. Warrior 3. Half moon, open your shoulders and hips to the side. And then leg out to the side as high as you can. Uttita Hasta Padangustasana. Grab it, and now you're supported. Exhale the foot forward. And exhale, fold over the front leg. Bring the leg behind you, catch the inside of the ankle, Natarajasana, thumb facing up, King Dancer. And then bring the sole of your foot flat against your standing thigh, Vrikshasana, the tree pose. And now bring the foot as high up on the front of the standing thigh as you can. Ardha Baddha Padmottanasana, half bound lotus pose. And if you can, bend forward with a straight leg, or straight a leg as you can, all the way down and try and touch the floor. If you can't reach the floor, ankle, shin, knee, thigh. Not so much the knee, the thigh or the shin. Inhale to stand up. And then squat the standing leg down as low as you can. Squat as low as you can. Inhale, stand up. Now bring that leg back. Oh, forgot about this. Try and put your foot behind your head. I'm really far off. I need to practice this one more. Durvasana. Durvashasana. How do you say that? Squat back down, Buddha Supta. We'll do everything we just did on the other side. So turn the foot to the other side. Reach toward the floor, but don't touch it. Bikram triangle. Inhale, stand up. Exhale, fold down with a straight leg. Trikonasana, the triangle pose. Inhale, stand up. Exhale, twist, switch your hands. Parvrita Trikonasana, the revolved side angle pose. Deep breath, inhale. Inhale to come out of that one. Exhale, bend the front leg, side angle pose. Parsva Konasana, like a sundial. Inhale, stand up, warrior two. Shoulders and hips face forward. Oh, Parvrita Parsva Konasana, tricked myself. Revolve side angle. And then inhale, stand up. Now warrior two. Virabhadrasana B. Shoulders and hips face forward. Virabhadrasana A. Warrior one. Exhale, come forward onto the front foot for Virabhadrasana C. The warrior three. The flying warrior. And then set the same hand down as the standing leg, Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. Open your shoulders and hips to the side. All right, now leg out to the side as high as you can, unsupported. I call this one the German. I don't know why. And then catch the foot so it's supported. Uttita Hasta, Pada Gustasana. Foot out to the front. Exhale, fold over the front leg, straight as you can, eventually totally straight. Now catch the foot behind you on the inside of the ankle with the thumb facing up. The other hand goes out in front of you for balance. Natarajasana, the dancer pose. And then just for a second, bring your foot up on the inner thigh as high as you can. Vrikshasana, the tree pose. Try and be stable and steady like a tree. And then pull your foot up on the front of your thigh as high as you can. Ardha Baddha Padmottanasana, half bound lotus pose. And if you can, exhale, reach that arm around and try and catch the big toe with the thumb, index, and middle finger. It takes a while. It took me a few years to get that one. Inhale, stand back up and reach the other arm straight up. Keep your balance. And exhale, if you can, fold forward and try and touch the floor if you can, or your ankle, or your shin, or your thigh, or just stay standing up, whatever works today. Some days are harder than others. Consistency is the key to discipline. Inhale, stand up. And exhale, bend down on that standing leg as low as you can, and then reach the foot behind your head as far as you can. Durvashasana. I don't know that one. Durvashasana. Is that how you say that? Prasarita Padottanasana. This one, your toes are facing to the center, and exhale, fold forward. Try and catch your ankles, your shins if you can, or eventually your big toes with your peace fingers. Inhale, look forward and up as far as you can. And exhale, fold. Inhale, roll your spine up, one vertebra at a time. And then interlock your fingers. Reach behind your back, open your chest, let your head fall back. Don't pass out. Exhale, fold forward all the way down as low as you can. And when you're ready, inhale, come back up. Switch your fingers so the other index is on top. And then stretch your chest open, let your head fall back. Don't pass out. Inhale and exhale, fold forward. Let your head hang. Say no a couple times. I don't think I do it here. Oh, do. Yes. Okay, come up. Sometimes I do yes as well. And now take your hands and try and put them in reverse prayer pose. So this one's hard. Really stretches your carpal tunnels. Prasarita Padottanasana 2. This one, and it also stretches the front of your deltoids, your rotator cuffs. All right, so exhale, fold forward, all the way down, let your head hang. Inhale, roll your spine up. I don't remember if I release it here or not. Sometimes I'll hold it all the way in a chair pose. Yeah, walk your feet together and then squat down like you're in a chair. Yeah, I held in this one. Okay. You can come up on the balls of your feet if you want, and then however you want to, come down on your knees and sit on your heels. Virasana, the rock pose. This one they say can help you digest rocks because it helps with digestion. Fold forward and touch your forehead to the floor with control, Virasana. And then come up on your knees just for a second, and then come back for kind of a modified camel, and then release those hands. If you had them that whole time, good for you. It's a big stretch. Arms over the head, big inhale, and then reach one arm down and the other one arm stays up. Bend at the elbows and try and clasp your fingers behind your upper back, rhomboid region, or as close as you can get. And when you're ready, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, sit up. Exhale, release the hands, switch the hands. Nice big inhale and exhale, switch the hands. Do everything with your breath as best you can. I forget constantly, but try and remind yourself. Always do it with your breath. Try and clasp your fingers, this time on the other side. Once you get your clasp, fold forward. And inhale to come out of forward folds, any forward fold really. And release the hands. Go slow, be careful with your shoulders, especially the older you get. Just be careful, go really slow. Go with your breath. Don't go as far as somebody else's or even what you could do yesterday. Go with what you feel today is safe, okay? But do try and stretch yourself. Kapottanasana, stretch back. This one's really intense, really intense. You're stretching all your knee ligaments, your hips, your iliopsoas, all your ribs, the neck. This is the opposite of forward head carriage. This is the opposite of iPhone neck and driving in the car neck and watching TV neck. This one's hard. Kapottasana. Take this one really slow. Be careful. A lot of blood rush to the head, so be careful. You don't want to pass out. It's best to do all this stuff with a teacher. This is just for entertainment purposes. Don't try any of this at home. Come back up on your knees. Try and sit between your feet now. If you were sitting on your heels before, be careful with your knees, your ankles, your hips. Be really careful. This one's really an intense stretch on the inner aspect of your knees and your ankles. Whew, big time stretch, okay? Come up onto the balls of your feet and go slow with yourself. Be careful. Kind of stretch out, nice squat position. We never squat anymore. We used to squat all the time, talking story around the fire, taking poops. Now we have toilets and chairs and couches and car seats. We don't sit in the squat like we're actually really designed for. So take a second, squat yourself out here. I'm taking my time, obviously, on this one. I do this basically every day, so every day is different. This is funny, I filmed this a long time ago, but I'm just putting the audio on today. But I'm really taking my time here. Stretch those Achilles tendons, and then this is all before we come into Adho Mukha Svanasana, the downward facing dog. Probably one of the most famous of all the yoga poses, downward facing dog. This one's modified. I'm not in that V shape, the ultimate V shape, but it's a downward facing dog. I'm just Standing a little bit more upright with my legs, kind of like an Uttanasana. All right, the famous Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Big time stretch all through the backs of the legs, the back, everything, the whole body. Inhale, lift one leg up, bend it like you're peeing on a fire hydrant. Exhale, wrap that leg around to the front, set it between your hands. Inhale, stand up, runner's lunge. Exhale, sit the back knee down, top of the foot flat. Keep inhaling, stretch up. Nice big stretch, and then exhale, fold forward. Set your elbows down on the inside of your foot, the front foot there. Sorry, my PIP is cutting off the film there a little bit. Inhale, sit up, straighten the front leg, and then lift the toes off the floor and stretch them up toward the ceiling. Stretch out your Achilles tendon, your calf, your hamstrings. This one really stretches out the back side of your leg. I used to hate it, I love it now. You can see I'm just rolling it out, getting all the little pops and kinks out of my ankle there. And then set the knee down where the foot was. Ekapada Raja Kapotasana. This is the king pigeon pose. Exhale, fold over that bent knee. Again, I apologize, the PIP is covering it up. And now exhale, wrap that back leg around to the front, stack the knees on top of each other. Ardha Gomukhasana, cow face, or half cow face. What'd you call me? And now stack the top ankle on top of the bottom knee and reach the top knee toward the bottom ankle, Lincoln Logs, I don't know what else to call that one. And then stretch that top leg up, pull it back like a bow and arrow-ish, I kind of forgot that one. And then set it on the top of the other thigh as high as you can for Ardha Padmasana, half lotus pose. And then come up onto your knees and use your back foot like a kickstand for horse pose, Vantayanasana. Vantayanasana, the horse pose. And then come back down onto the floor, stretch the bottom leg out straight, keep the other one how it was. Ardha Baddha Padma Paschimottanasana. Half bound lotus, intense west stretch. So if you can make the bind, go for it. That's you grab the big toe with the thumb, index, and middle finger. And then inhale the other arm forward, grab the other toes, and exhale, fold forward. Ardha Baddha Padma Paschimottanasana. Really intense stretch in a lot of ways. Shoulder, hip, hamstring, everything's getting stretched. Okay, inhale, sit up. And release the bind, release the half lotus, and then reach the arm around that bent shin, which is, your foot's about a hip width apart from the other thigh, Marichyasana, the sage pose. Try and make the bind behind your back with grabbing your wrist and making a fist. If you can't grab your wrist, just kind of interlock your fingers. If you can't do that, reach for your hands. One day they'll catch. Just keep stretching. Hi, I'm Dory. Just keep stretching. Okay, inhale, reach the opposite arm of your bent leg behind you, and okay, I'm saying this wrong. Marichyasana, you see what I'm doing. Beauty queen. The beauty queen. Everybody's done this in high school sports. Feels amazing. Okay, inhale. This one, your foot is on the inside of your inner thigh, Janu Shirshasana. And Janu is big toe, Shirsha is head, so head to big toe. All right. And then Okay, so now we're gonna bring the shin flat on the floor and then try and sit up as tall as you can. Tranga Mukaika Pada Paschimottanasana. This one is really intense. It's a combination of a couple. So you see it's such an intense inner knee stretch on my left leg here in the video. I'm going to inhale, stretch out the straight leg up at like if you can, a straight leg at 45-degree angles. I can't do it yet. Crownchasana, keep stretching. Exhale, pull the foot down or up as high as you can on the other thigh. Ardha Baddha Padma, Crownchasana. Now this is one of the most intense that I do in my series here. If you can make the bind with the same arm as the top leg, the half lotus leg, and that's again, it's always the thumb, the index, and the middle fingers. Okay, reach the other arm up, and then exhale, twist, and put that other arm on the opposite knee and twist your spine as far as you can. This is wringing out all the vertebra of your spine, just like imagine like a dirty rag. You're squishing out all the cerebrospinal fluid on this twist. You know, every exhale, try and relax into the twist, and then you inhale to come out of twist. So see, I don't know if you can tell in the video, but you inhale to come out of the twist. Okay, so now we're gonna do everything on the other side. So come back into a quick kind of runner's lunge, and then the downward facing dog. So everything we just did, we'll do on the other side, just like the standing. That's my little signature. I've never seen anybody else do it like that. I think it makes so much more sense. So now runner's lunge on the other side. Exhale, sit that back knee down, top of the back foot. And then exhale, elbows down on the inside of the front foot. And then inhale, stretch out the front leg, lift the toes off the floor. You can let the head fall down, roll that ankle out. Ekapada Raja Kapottanasana, set the knee where the foot was. This is the King Pigeon Pose. There we go, I finally fixed the PIPs. So I guess I gotta go back and do the earlier ones. Except this doesn't sync up, gosh dang it. That's more editing to do. All right, Ekapada Raja Kapottanasana. And then Gomukhasana, the cow face pose. Stack your legs like Lincoln logs. Stretch the top leg out to the side, Ardha Baddha Padmasana. Pull it back like a bow and arrow and set it on top of the other thigh as high as you can. Ardha Baddha Padmasana, half bound lotus. And then come up for the horse pose, Vantayanasana. Use that bottom leg like a kickstand. Awesome stretch. All that gluteal on that right side in the video for me. Man, it just really stretches out the gluteal muscles for one thing. And then straighten out the bottom leg, sit down, Ardha Baddha Padma Paschimottanasana. Half bound lotus, intense west stretch. Epic. Epic yoga. And remember to always breathe Ujjayi breath throughout all the asana. Okay, so release that bind and put the sole of the foot flat on the floor. Reach the same arm as the bent leg around the front of the shin. Try and make the bind behind your back. Inhale, look forward and up as high as you can. Marichyasana 1, the sage pose. Inhale, release that bind and reach that arm around your back, a foot or 2 feet behind you or so, something like that. And then reach the other arm on the outside of the bent leg. Inhale, sit up tall. And exhale, twist, Marichyasana 3. Sage pose C or 3. Inhale, come forward. And let that knee fall out to the side. Exhale, fold over the straight leg, Janu Shirshasana. If you can't grab your foot, grab your ankle. If you can't grab your ankle, grab your shin. Inhale, look forward and up as high as you can. And exhale, well, normally I fold forward again, but whatever. Inhale, sit up. Straighten the other leg out, and then just for a second, and then put the shin flat on the floor. And then exhale and fold forward. It's making me want to do some yoga. All right, inhale. Bring the straight leg up and try and hold it at a 45-degree angle, Crown Shasana. And then exhale, try and set it as high as you can on the other thigh, all the way up to the hip crease if you can. Inhale the same arm as the top leg, up and around, and then exhale around your back and try and grab that big toe with your thumb, index, and middle finger. And if you can get the bind or you can't, just reach for it. Inhale, sit up tall, and then exhale the other arm down, around to the opposite knee. Inhale, sit up tall, and then exhale, twist. And as you twist, relax your spine. Every time you inhale, lengthen your spine. Every time you twist or exhale, relax into the twist. And again, we're wringing out all the intervertebral discs. All the cerebrospinal fluid is getting squished out in the twist. And when we come out of the twist, it releases that pressure on all those discs, and new cerebrospinal fluid rushes in and keeps those discs healthy. Stretch out both legs in front of you now. Inhale, sit up tall, Paschimottanasana. Exhale, fold over both straight legs. Intense west stretch. Inhale, sit up. And then twist and try and grab the other hand with the other hand, or the other foot with the other hand, right? Parvrita Paschimottanasana. Inhale, sit up. Exhale, twist the other side. Do the same thing on the other side. Inhale, sit up. And exhale. Bring your feet out to the sides, and then exhale, fold forward between your legs. Upavishta Konasana. Inhale, sit up. Exhale, fold over to one leg. Inhale, sit up. Exhale, fold over to the other leg. Inhale, sit up. Exhale, twist now, and open your chest up toward the ceiling. And inhale, come out. Exhale, twist the other side. Opening that chest up to the ceiling. Inhale, sit up. And now bring your feet together and try and balance on between your sit bones and your tailbone. Paripurna Navasana, and then Ardha Navasana is the half boat. I forgot what Paripurna is, but come up into Upaya Padangustasana. So grab your feet and pull your shins to your face and your face toward your shins. Try and keep your legs straight. And then reach your arms underneath, blossoming lotus. Exhale, fold forward. Use your feet, not your hands, to land for Kurmasana, the tortoise pose. And keep a slight bend in your elbows. You don't want to hyperextend your elbows in Kurmasana. Eventually, your legs are all the way up on your shoulders, so I'm way far off from the final expression. Bring your soles of your feet together, Baddha Konasana. the cobbler's pose. You can grab your big toes with your peace fingers and exhale and fold forward over those feet. Inhale, sit up. Exhale, stretch your feet out a foot or so, and then exhale, fold over and try and set your forehead on the soles of your feet. Inhale, sit up. And then, what am I gonna do now? Okay, come up onto your hands and knees, and then set your chest, your sternum on the floor. Stretch your chin away from your sternum with a long neck. So we're gonna counteract the forward head carriage from being on the computer and the phone all the time. Inhale, reach one leg up, bend the knee, roll your ankle out. This one's really intense. Be careful with your neck, and then set that foot down. Do the same thing on the other side. Roll your ankle out, bend the knee, and when you're ready, bring that one back down. Now, careful with your shoulders, but reach your arms forward. Go slow. Okay, palms of the hands flat, and then if you want, you can reach one leg up and the other leg up. All right, nice deep back bend right there. Careful with that one, guys. That one's very intense. Okay, so now come onto your belly. Come on your belly, lift your thighs off and your chest off and try and balance there. Salabhasana, Superman pose. Now grab your ankles on the outsides, Dhanurasana, bow pose, or wheel pose, I forget. And then now come up on your elbows for Bhujangasana. This is so bougie. It's the Sphinx pose, Bhujangasana. And then come up onto your hands underneath your shoulders, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. This is upward facing dog. Oh, and lift your thighs off for the full upward facing dog. Cobras with your thighs still on the floor. And then exhale back into Balasana, the child's pose or pose of wisdom. And then come into Marj Ariyasana and Bittilasana, the cat and cow. Cat, cow, cat. And then this one, I don't know if it's a technical yoga pose, but I like to go to the side too. And then get ready for headstand. Be careful, don't go into headstand unless you know how to do it. But first, I'm gonna roll the back of my neck. You can see I'm stretching out the back of my neck and then kicking off into headstand. Don't do headstand unless you know how to do it. This is for entertainment purposes only. If I were gonna practice from scratch, I would definitely use the wall and a friend to help stabilize me and keep me safe, a qualified yoga teacher. These are just some variations. Shirshasana with Gomukhasana. Gomukhasana is the eagle pose. So I'm just wrapping my legs like a Twizzler, both directions. And then Urdhva Padmasana in Shirshasana. So we'll come into lotus pose in headstand. And then, of course, do it on the other side so we balance all the joints. We don't just stretch one side and not the other. See, this one's a little harder. One side might be harder than the other. That's normal. Sometimes it switches back and forth. Parsva Shirshasana. So this is like a back bend in headstand. And then exhale, twist in the headstand. This is so dangerous. Don't even try this. Nobody try this. This is actually stupid. Don't do this with your neck. You could hurt yourself. You probably will hurt yourself. Don't do this. This is purely entertainment. And then you exhale, you twist the other way. So, anyways, who would even do something like that? So yeah, that's a lot of strain on your neck. And then come back down out of headstand. The king of all the asanas is the headstand, the Shirshasana. That's the king. But you should never have the king without his queen, which is the shoulder stand. We're gonna do that in a second. Careful with the blood rush to your head and out of your head. And then now roll back and forth on the spine with a round back, happy baby, whatever you wanna call this. It just gets the kinks and the pops out of the spine. It feels amazing. Highly recommend this one. Even if you don't do anything else, just do this every once in a while. It feels amazing. And now Urdhva Dhanurasana. This is the upward facing wheel pose. Back bend. like The Exorcist. So, yeah, come back down on your back. Now, reach your legs up over your head and try and come in a shoulder stand. Sarvangasana, the queen of all the asanas. This one's unsupported, so arms are up off the floor. Long neck, you want to keep your long neck, and do not look to the side with your neck when you're in shoulder stand. You can really hurt your vertebra, your cervical vertebra. Okay, so now this is the Salamba Sarvangasana. This is the actual shoulder pose with your arms helping to support you. On your lower back, your thumb's supposed to be with your other fingers. Ekapada Sarvangasana, so one foot comes down in the shoulder stand and then out to the side, big round circle. Stretch out your groin, other leg down, out to the side, back up again, Ekapada Sarvangasana. And then I do a little twist here for Parsva Sarvangasana. I don't know what that stands for. And then same thing the other side. This one's hard because the weight of your legs makes you want to fall over. So you have the kickstand with your arms. And then exhale, reach your feet up over your head for plow pose, Halasana, like you're plowing the earth. All right, we're almost done. Now roll your vertebra down one vertebra at a time, set your sacrum down, keep your legs up, legs straight as you can, and then out over to one side on an exhale. Catch your feet, and then inhale, lengthen your spine, and then exhale, twist your head to look to the opposite direction of your feet. Jatara Parivartanasana. Bend your knees 90 degrees, everything else stays the same. And then now take the top knee into the same armpit. Excuse me. And pull that knee across your body to the opposite side. Supta Matsyendrasana. Supta Matsyendrasana. This one's awesome. So this is like one of the final poses. So let that back just open up, lower back. Bring the knee back up. And then lift both feet up over your hips and stretch them out to the other direction that we already did with straight legs. Jatara Parivartanasana. Long back, lengthen your neck, and then exhale, twist and look with your neck to the opposite direction of your feet. Deep breaths. Now pull the top knee into the same armpit, lengthen the other leg out on the floor, open that inner thigh, groin area, and then pull the bent knee across your chest to the opposite side, stack your hips, inhale, lengthen your spine, reach that shoulder back to the floor if it came off, so both shoulders are flat, hips are stacked. Inhale, lengthen your spine, lengthen your neck, and then exhale, twist, and you can look even with your neck to the opposite direction of the bent knee. So in this case, it looks like my neck was tight that day, because normally I think I can look a little bit farther to the side. But anyways, it comes and it goes. So use it or lose it. All right, inhale, release that, come out of it. Lay flat on the mat. Just for a second, come up and drag your sacrum, lengthen your lower back, set your shoulders down, flat and open, lengthen your neck, set your head down. Shavasana, Shavasana. Corpse pose, relax. It's over, you did it. Good job. See you next time. Peace.